Assalamu alaikum. Dear students, today our topic is about lines and angles. Before that, you know that what are the adjacent angles. I will recall that you have read about the adjacent angles. What are adjacent angles? I hope you have known it and you know it, but still I will make you recall that which angles are said to be adjacent angles. Remember, two angles are said to be adjacent angles if they have common arm, common vertex, common arm, common arm, common vertex, common arm, common vertex, and their non-common arm, non-common arms lie on opposite side, lie on opposite side. For example, if we have angles in this format, take a look. This is A, O, this is here B, this is your D, suppose. Now these pair angle, this angle and this angle, these are adjacent angles by definition. What is the definition? They have common vertex. Here these two angles have common vertex O. They have common arm. OB is their common arm, and their non-common arm. This is non-common arm. Because this is the arm of this angle. This is the arm of this angle. They lie on opposite side. This lie on this side. This lie on this side. So these pair of angles are called the adjacent angles. So I hope you will understand it. What are adjacent angles? Two angles are said to be adjacent angles if they have common arm, common vertex, and their non-common arm forms. Their non-common arms lie on opposite side. So another example, another type of this adjacent important one, rather important concept, important type of this adjacent angles is linear pair angles. You might have known about the linear pair axiom, that what is linear pair? Linear pair angles are always supplementary. But what are linear pair angles? Two adjacent angles are said to be linear pair. Linear pair angles are also adjacent angles. So when you hear the word adjacent, you should remember that what are the adjacent angles? They have common arm, common vertex, and their non-common arm lie on opposite sides. Non-common arms lie on opposite sides. So two adjacent angles are linear. Two adjacent angles are said to be linear pair, form linear pair if their non-common arm forms a straight line, like this. Take a look. These are adjacent angles. Of course, these are adjacent angles. These are adjacent angles. These are adjacent angles. So this is they have common arm. They have common arm. Suppose this is their common arm OC. This is their common arm. These are their non-common arms OA and OB. It is non-common arms. This is it is common arm. This is it is common vertex. Is this a adjacent angle? I ask you a question, is this a adjacent angle? Answer is yes. Is exactly of course an adjacent angle. But what the here difference is that non-common arm OA and OB, these forms a straight line. This forms a straight line. When this type of adjacent angles are formed, they are called the linear pair angles. Linear pair angles. Linear pair angles. So linear pair angles are nothing. These are adjacent angles, and their non-common arms, special type of adjacent angles, their non-common arms forms a straight line. So also you note that the linear pair axiom, that the sum of the two linear pair angles is always supplementary. That is, this angle plus this angle is 180. You know it, you have read it in your previous class. Actually, important concept today we are going to discuss. We will we will finish this topic. We will in the next subsequent lectures, subsequent videos. Our topic is lines and angles. We will do questions. We will read basic concepts, and also we need your support and your cooperation so that we can make more and more videos. So one of the important concept is that the transversal. This is our main topic actually, transversal. From these we can read many properties of angles. Transversal. What is transversal? A line is said to be transversal if two lines are intersected by a line at two distinct points. We say that that line is a transversal. Or if a line or the line which intersects two lines at two distinct points, that is known as the transversal. For example, you have two lines. This is line L, suppose this is line M. Here this is another line, say line S. It intersects two lines at two distinct points, here and here. So we say that S is the transversal on these lines. S is the transversal on these two lines. So what is the definition of transversal? Transversal is if a line intersects two lines at two distinct points. We say that this line is a transversal. So I hope you will understand it. These are some basics, you know it. Now actually, what are parallel lines? Actually we are going to discuss about the properties of parallel lines related to and their angles, etc., which a transversal made with the parallel lines. Two lines are said to be parallel if they will never meet if produced backward or forward. For example, these lines, if we produce them backward or forward or backward or forward, whatever, both they will never meet. So two lines are said to be parallel if we produce them backward or forward, they will never meet. These are known as the parallel lines. You know the definition of the parallel lines. Now if we draw a transversal on these parallel lines, suppose L is the transversal, this is line M, this is line N. Suppose L is the transversal on these parallel lines. I hope you will hear, I will ask you a question that how many angles are formed in these lines? How many angles are formed here? A transversal makes how many angles with these lines? So you think over it and try to find its answer. I hope you will try to find its answer of your own. Here 8 angles are formed. This is angle 1, this is angle 2, this is angle 3, this is angle 4, this is angle 5, this is angle 6, this is angle 7, this is angle 8. 8 angles are formed here. So we will discuss here different pairs of angles from these angles. First of all, we will define alternative interior angles, and later we will read some properties. First of all, you must know what are the alternate interior angles. Alternate interior angles here, these are alternate interior angles, this and this, these are alternate interior angles. Alternate 4 and 5, angle 4 and angle 5. Alternate interior means interior, they are formed between the lines, as the name suggests. This is angle 4 and angle 5, this is your angle 3 and angle 6. These are alternate interior angles. So another pair is corresponding angles. What are corresponding angles here? Look, you have to skip one angle in between them. This is angle 1 and angle 5. Angle 1 and angle 5. Angle 3 and angle 7. Angle 3 and angle 7. Skip one angle between them, you get the corresponding angles. Angle 1 and angle 5. Angle 3 and angle 7. Similarly, here, angle 2 and angle 6. Angle 2 and angle 6. Angle 4 and angle 8. Angle 4 and angle 8. These are known as what? These are known as corresponding angles. I hope you will understand this. Another pair of angles is consecutive interior angles. What? Consecutive interior angles. Consecutive interior angles. Consecutive interior angles. What is the word? You know, what do you mean by consecutive? One after one after one. That is, if you have these 2 and 3, 4 and 5, these are known as consecutive angles, one after another. So consecutive, one after another. Interior means we are dealing with the interior angles, as the name suggests. If you find any difficulty in later, you have forgot about what are consecutive interior, just focus on this name: consecutive, one after another. Interior angles. Consecutive interior angles. This is 3 and 5. Angle 3 and angle 5. These are what? These are consecutive interior angles. Angle 4 and angle 6. Angle 4 and angle 6. Angle 4 and angle 6. These are what? These are consecutive interior angles. Angle 3 and angle 5. Angle 4 and angle 6. These are what? These are consecutive interior angles. So the consecutive interior angles have another special type of name. We call them interior angles on the same side of transversal. We also recall them interior angles. Interior angles on the same side of transversal. Interior angles on the same side of transversal. Have a look. This is transversal. This is interior angles on the same side of transversal. These are on the same side of transversal. This is transversal. These are interior angles on the same side of transversal. So consecutive interior angles are also named by what? Interior angles on the same side of transversal. These were the basic some angles which a transversal formed with the tool when it with the parallel lines. In the next video we will study about the properties of these angles, that is alternate interior angles, corresponding angles, and consecutive interior angles. And later we will read it as in converse properties, and later do some questions, some theorems, and we will carry on this chapter. I hope you will understand it. If you have any query question, please mention it in the comment box. Thank you, class.